In the early 1800s, European settlers filtered into America excited for new beginnings and a new place to call home. They traveled along the National Road stretching from Maryland to Illinois as they moved west in search of land and a promising future. In 1808, as immigrants passed through the quaint town of Brownsville, Pennsylvania, they were brought to a halt. There was a break in the road. The Monongahela River, one of the few rivers to run north to south, split. A small stream of water called Dunlap's Creek flows into town. Brownsville, Pennsylvania sits in the southwestern corner of the state and was known for their coal mining industry. The industrial boom was kind to Brownsville, as bituminous coal was in abundance. Trains and boats were sent north and south full of coal, promoting growth throughout the budding United States. The timber bridge that originally covered the gap and carried travelers over Dunlap's Creek was left in debris. Earlier that year, a flood ran through town, taking the bridge with it. As more settlers continued on the National Road, eager to start new lives in America, it was clear that the creek once again needed a bridge over top. There was no other way for settlers to continue west. There needed to be a way over Dunlap's Creek. Shortly after the first bridge fell, a man named James Finley was hired to address the road's gap. Finley was known for his construction of suspension bridges, and he designed a bridge supported by iron chains for the town of Brownsville. Unfortunately, in 1820, during a snowstorm, a team of 6 horses crossing the bridge caused it to collapse. By some miracle, the driver, along with 4 horses, survived. Sadly, 2 horses perished. Shortly after, a new timber bridge was erected in its place, but as time went on and thousands of travelers continued across it, its integrity became concerning. The wooden blocks were not meant to withstand the historic weight of the National Road. Around this time, Henry Clay, the 7th House Speaker and the 9th Secretary of State, was traveling over the timber bridge when he fell out of his carriage and straight into Dunlap's Creek. It was then that he remarked that clay and mud should not be mixed in that place again. The states that hosted the National Road agreed to maintain the popular route on the condition that the federal government fixed the road to its full potential one last time. Captain Richard Delafield, the man assigned Dunlap's Creek Bridge, knew that the next bridge built would have to be its last. The United States Army Corps of Engineers began construction in 1836 and ended in 1839. The bridge was supported by 5 iron arches created by Brownsville's forgeries. Limestone and sandstone walls held the weight of the iron and reached down along the creek's bank. 250 casts, 3 years, and over 300,000 pounds of iron later, and the Dunlap Creek Bridge was finished and ready to hold the weight of the National Road and its history. Brownsville's Dunlap Creek Bridge still stands as the first cast iron bridge in America. PennDOT is currently making plans to renovate and update the bridge in order to keep it in good condition. It remains an important piece of history and is listed on the National Register of Historical Places and is considered a National Historic Civil Engineering Landmark. Its cast iron arches still hold strong 184 years later as travelers continue along Route 40 through Brownsville on their journey west and east.